Let's start by talking about Volkswagen's massive R4 billion investment into their Kariega plant in South Africa. Essentially, we're looking at a top-to-bottom upgrade to prepare for an all-new SUV set for production in 2027. So, this is more than just a facelift. It's about adding a third model to their assembly line alongside the Polo and Polo Vivo.
Yeah, and it's bold. I mean, R4 billion is no pocket change, right? Imagine the planning meetings for this. Probably a lot of coffee and stress involved. But here's what's exciting to me. The SUV itself, designed by Volkswagen's Brazil team, but with heavy input from African engineers. That collaboration's got to be key to making the car work for, a diverse market.
Exactly. And they're adapting it for right-hand drive and tailoring it for, local driving conditions. It shows how serious Volkswagen is about competing here, and isn't this always the case? It's not all smooth sailing. Challenges like load shedding are already dampening their operational efficiency.
Oh yeah, load shedding. That dreaded South African power crisis. Can you imagine running a high-tech production line when the electricity keeps cutting out? That's honestly bananas. And on top of it, rising labor costs. It's like they're fighting battles on all sides just so they can roll out this SUV.
Right. Thomas Schaefer, Volkswagen's passenger cars CEO, actually said something that really stuck with me. We are not in the business of charity. It's blunt, but it underscores their concerns, They're making this massive commitment to South Africa, but only if the business environment meter cent holds up.
Yeah, it's fair enough though, isn't it? At the end of the day, they're, a business, not a feel-good charity group. And Martina Bien, who heads up Volkswagen Group Africa, said basically the same thing. They want the government meter cent to step in and tackle these problems before they decide it's not worth sticking around.
Which would be just devastating for the region, considering how vital the automotive industry is there. Brands like Toyota and Mercedes-Benz, they're all in South Africa. But here's the thing. Investments like this can't thrive in isolation. If the broader infrastructure and economic landscape aren't supportive, these efforts can only go so far.
It really feels like a crossroads moment for them, doesn't it? And this SUV could either be the next big thing for South Africa's automotive scene, or it could end up, as just one giant headache.
Speaking of critical investments, let's shift gears, literally and figuratively, to another exciting development for Volkswagen. This time, it's their collaboration with Walkinshaw here in Oz. Big things happening, Brody. That Victorian assembly plant, state-of-the-art and expected to boost job numbers significantly, has got everyone talking.
Oh yeah, everyone from gearheads to local tradies. And I mean, Walkinshaw, they've got that reputation, right? You hear the name, and you instantly think quality, precision, just all-round performance badassery.
And the Amarok W Series perfectly embodies that. It's been such a hit with the off-road and performance crowd. The renewed partnership for the next-gen Amarok's Walkinshaw variants. That's just good news all around for Australia's car scene.
When I was a kid, I'd save up every bit of pocket money just to buy car mags so I could drool over Walkinshaw's latest. I still remember the first time I saw one in the metal. This bright red beast, parked at a local servo, made my day, week actually.
Haha, and that's the magic of Walkinshaw, isn't it? They don't just build cars, they create icons. But look, beyond the nostalgia, there's a real business story here. Sub-assembly and conversion programs at this new facility will drive Australian manufacturing in a big way.
And we're talking about a diverse program lineup, not just the Amarok. Toyota Tundra, Chevy Silverado, Ram 1500. It's like Walkinshaw is casting some kind of spell on every high-performance or utility vehicle it touches. It's going to be huge for local jobs, especially in Dandenong.
Totally. Also, think about the competition angle. With rivals like Premcar and NIS Esun doing similar local mods on the Navara, it feels like the Aussie market for performance vehicles is kinda having its moment right now.
Yeah, and with all this buzz, Volkswagen must be loving the visibility Walkinshaw brings to their lineup. It gives them an edge, especially when you've got consumers who expect more than just a badge on the bonnet.
Exactly. It's about delivering localized models that feel tailored, almost bespoke. And Walkinshaw knocks that out of the park with their modifications. If you think about it, these cars aren't just vehicles, they're practically rolling ambassadors for what Aussie engineering can do.
Spot on. Honestly, Samantha, I feel like Walkinshaw partnerships kind of embody that blend of craftsmanship and raw power. And that spirit's what makes folks fall for their cars. It's not just about speed or torque either. It's the whole package, you know?
All right, Brody. Speaking of Walkinshaw's incredible knack for tailoring cars to local markets, it seems Volkswagen is now looking to take that magic global. They're exploring the possibility of setting up overseas assembly facilities for their Walkinshaw variants, including in South Africa.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, imagine the logistics of shipping parts back and forth. The strategy has to make sense, you know, from both a cost and demand angle. But still, taking Aussie car know-how global could be a game changer, right?
Absolutely. And it's interesting because it mirrors what NSSUN's done with Premcar and their Navara line. That's a similar blueprint. Custom vehicles tailored by local expertise but scaled for different markets. It's got to feel like déjà vu for industry folks.
Oh, massive parallels there. But what stands out to me is how much Volkswagen is banking on these collaborations to stay in the game. Like, these aren't just assembly plants. They're turning manufacturing hubs into global powerhouses for bespoke vehicles.
Exactly. Plus, once you start tailoring vehicles for regional requirements, think right-hand drive or rough terrain capabilities. It gives automakers a serious edge. It's not just about global reach anymore. It's about localization on a global scale.
Totally. But there's a risk too. Expanding overseas operations has its challenges. Local workforce training, understanding supply chains, not to mention regulatory hoops to jump through. It's a balancing act for sure.
And let's not forget market demand. Producing high-performance Walkinshaw variants overseas is one thing, but they need to be confident those models will resonate in new territories like Europe or South Africa.
Yeah, but if anyone's up for it, it's Walkinshaw. Their reputation alone carries weight, even though setting up a plant in Pretoria, South Africa, might feel like a gamble. It's also an opportunity to break into untapped markets.
It's that classic high-risk, high-reward scenario. And speaking of opportunities, this could also be huge for boosting the visibility of Australian-made vehicles on a global platform. We already carve out a niche as leaders in performance mods. Now it's about scaling that expertise.
Couldn't agree more, Samantha. There's something pretty special about Aussie craftsmanship getting its time in the spotlight. I mean, it makes you wonder, how far can Australian engineering go when it comes to influencing global automotive trends?
Exactly. And as we wrap things up, it's clear these cross-border expansions and collaborations aren't just trends. They're redefining the future of our industry. Whether it's Volkswagens rolling out of South Africa or Walkinshaw badge mods hitting European roads, the ripples across the automotive world are undeniable.
Yeah, it's a crazy exciting time for the sector. And like we've said before, all eyes are on how these bold moves play out. If history's anything to go by, they'll have a huge impact.
Well, on that note, Brody, that's all from us today. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Don't forget to stay subscribed and join us next time for more insights into the ever-evolving world of cars.
See you next time, folks. Drive safe. Well, unless you're testing out a Walkinshaw, in which case, have a blast.